Hello students, welcome to our class. Now let us go to the next point, that is intersecting lines. Okay, intersecting lines. So what does intersect actually mean? So intersect means what? Intersects means meet. Okay, two lines intersects means what? Meet. Okay, so if we have two lines line L and line M, if we have two lines line L and line M which meet, they are called intersecting lines. So here line L and line M are intersecting lines because they are meet. Okay, meet at one point. Now what's special about two intersecting lines? So two intersecting lines, you can see two intersecting lines meets at exactly one point. Okay, meets at exactly one point. And here we can say that line L and line M intersects at the point, suppose give it name P. So here we can say that line L and line M intersects at the point P. Okay, and here point P is called point of intersection. Point of intersection of line L and M. Okay, now so when we say the two lines are intersects, if they are meet at one point, then only we can say that the two lines are intersects. So where if the lines are not intersects at one single point, suppose if you draw these two lines, line P and line Q, and see if you extend that lines infinitely. Okay, so you can observe that these two lines will not meet at one single point. Okay, so these two lines are non intersecting. These two lines are not intersecting. Okay, these two lines are not intersecting, and the lines which are not intersecting are called parallel lines. The lines which will not meet at one single point, that lines are called parallel lines. So here line P and Q are not intersecting at one single point, so the P and Q are parallel lines. And here L and M are intersecting lines, here P and Q are not intersecting lines. And if the lines are not intersecting, then we call it as parallel lines. So here line P is parallel, parallel, symbol of parallel. Line P is parallel to line Q. Okay, line P is parallel to line Q. So now let us move towards the next concept, that is transversal. Okay, transversal. So what is mean by transversal? What is mean by transversal? Okay, transversal. Okay, so first of all, see the definition. A line that intersects two or more lines. A line that intersects two or more lines at distinct points is called transversal. Okay, so see the figure. Here we draw two line L and line M. Okay, and here we draw one more line, that is line P. Okay, now see here, this line P, okay, this line P intersects, here see, this line P intersect line L at this point, and this line P intersect line M at this point. Okay, now see, a line P intersects two or more lines. So here line P intersects the two lines L and M at distinct points. So here see, line P intersect L at this point and line P intersect M at this point. So these are distinct. Okay, so here line P intersect two lines L and M at distinct points. So therefore here line P is a transversal. Line P is a transversal. Okay, so do you understood what is the transversal? Transversal is nothing but a line, so the line which intersects two or more lines at distinct points. So see one more figure to understand concept of transversal. This is line L, this is line M. Okay, so here, so see this figure, here also line P intersect line M at this point and intersect line P M at this point. So line P intersects line L and M at distinct point. So therefore P is a transversal. P is a transversal. Now see another figure. So here line L and this is line M. Okay, line L and line M. Now this is a transversal. Okay, transversal P. Now see here, this transversal P is this line P is transversal. So see here, line P intersect L at this point and line P intersect M also at this point. Okay, so here line P intersects line L and line M at the same point, so therefore here line P is not a transversal. Okay, so to say it is transversal, it must satisfy the condition that it intersects the line at distinct points. Okay, so in this case P is a transversal, but in this case P is not transversal. Okay, now when you can observe that when a transversal cuts the two lines, then angles are formed. So see here, so how many angles are formed? 8 angles are formed. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So angle made by the transversal, so when a transversal cuts the two lines, then how many angles are formed by the transversal? So how many angles are formed by the transversal? If a transversal cuts two lines, if a transversal cuts two lines, then how many angles are formed? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 8 angles are formed. Okay, 8 angles are formed. Now see one more figure. If you draw three lines, okay, L, M and N, and if you draw this transversal P. So here see, if this is transversal because this intersect these three lines at three distinct point. Okay, so P is a transversal. Now here how many angles are formed? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. How many angles are formed? 12. So if a transversal cuts three lines, then how many angles form? 12. And if a transversal cuts two lines, how many angles are formed? 4. Okay, now there are many types of angles formed by the transversal, and these 8 angles are of some types. So let us see the types of angles formed by the transversal. Okay, now again I will draw the figure. Line L and line M. Okay, and this is a transversal P of line L and line M. Okay, now give names to the angles. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so assume line L and we have take line L and line M. P is a transversal of these two lines, and we know transversal forms 8 angles. So let us quickly analyze relation between quickly analyze the types of angles. So now very first type is interior angles. Interior angles. So what are the interior angles? So here you can see angle 1, 2, 8, 7 are outside and angle 3, 4, 5, 6 are at inside. So here interior angles are angle 3, angle 4, angle 5 and angle 6. So here 3, 4, 5, 6, these are interior angles. And what are next type is exterior angles. So what are the exterior angles? The angles which are at outside. So here 1, 2, 7, 8. So angle 1, angle 2, angle 7 and angle 8 are exterior angles. Okay, now third type is pairs of corresponding angles. Pairs of corresponding angles. So here, so corresponding angles means what? So see here, again I will draw that figure again. Line L and line M. This is transversal. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so here pair of corresponding angles are, so here angle 2 and angle 6. So let's see this figure. Okay, so here angle 2 and angle 6, I mark it as dark. Okay, so we can observe. So here angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding. Again this is a pair of corresponding angle. Also 3, 1. Okay, this is also pair of corresponding angle. 4, 8 and 1, 5. So pair of corresponding angles are angle 2 and angle 6, second angle 3 and angle 7, third angle 1 and angle 5, and fourth angle 4 and angle 8. So there are 4 pairs of corresponding angles. Okay, and what are that pairs? Angle 2 and angle 6, angle 3 and angle 7, angle 1 and angle 5, angle 4 and angle 8. So these are the pairs of corresponding angles. Okay, now see the fourth type. Fourth type is pairs of alternate interior angles. So we know what are the interior angles. So here what are the interior angles? So here 3, 4, 5, 6 are interior angles. So now we have to find pairs of alternate interior. So here angle 3 and angle 5, angle 3 and angle 5, angle 3 and angle 5, angle 3 and angle 5 forms a pair of alternate angle. And similarly angle 4 and angle C forms a pair of alternate angles. So here angle 3 and angle 5 are alternate interior, angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate interior. So why they are called alternate? So we know if we have a round table, see this example, if we have a round table with numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, now then we easily say that 5 is alternate to 3, 5 is alternate to 3, or we can say that 4 is alternate to 6. So why that? Because after 3 you skip one position, after 3 you skip one position and take the next. Okay, so therefore here 5 is a alternate of 3, because after 3 you skip one position and take the next. So here also see, after after 3 after 3 you skip one position and take the next. So therefore 3 and 5 are alternate. Similarly after 4 you skip 3 and go to next. So here 4 and 6 are alternate. So by this example, here angle 3 and angle 5 are alternate, angle 4 and 6 are alternate, and as they are interiors, so these are alternate interior angles. So here there are two pairs of alternate interior angles, angle 3 and angle 5, angle 4 and angle 6. Okay, now let us see fifth, that is pairs of vertically opposite angles. So how many pairs of vertically opposite angles are formed? So see here, these two are intersecting lines. So we know intersecting lines form four angles, and when two lines are intersecting we got two pairs of vertically opposite angles. So here angle 1 is opposite to angle 3, and angle 2 is opposite to angle 4. Here angle 5 is opposite to angle 7, and angle 6 is opposite to angle 8. So we got four pairs of vertically opposite angle. First pair is angle 1 and angle 3. Second is angle 2 and angle 4. Third is angle 5 and angle 7. And angle 5 and angle 7, and fourth is angle 6 and angle 8. So by a transversal, pair of vertically opposite angles are formed, pair of alternate interior, pair of corresponding. So see, very first type is interior angles. So 3, 4, 5, 6 are interior. Exterior 1, 2, 8, 7. So corresponding 2, 6, then 3, 7, 1, 5 and 4, 8 are corresponding. Alternate interior 3, 5, 4, 6. Okay, alternate interior are 3, 5, 4, 6. Alternate interior. Okay. Then pairs of vertically opposite. So vertically opposite are 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, 8. Okay. Now last type of angles formed by the pairs of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So what are the pairs of interior angles on the same side of transversal? First of all, we know 3, 4, 5, 6 are interior angles, and out of these which angles are on the same side of transversal? So this is a transversal. So angles on same side of transversal are 3, 6 and 4, 5. So here angle 3 and angle 6, and second angle 4 and angle 5, angle 3, 6 and 4, 5, angle 4 and angle 5. So these two are the pairs of interior angles on the same side of transversal. Okay, so these types of angles are formed by the transversal when a transversal intersects two lines. Okay, so remember these types of angles. Now see the figures. Now see here in this book, name the pairs of angles in each figure. So here these are the two lines. Okay, and this is transversal. Now what are the angle 1 and angle 2? So you can say that angle 1 and angle 2 are corresponding. So in this figure angle 1 and angle 2 are corresponding. Now see, here this is a transversal and these are the two lines. So here transversal intersects two lines. So here 3 and 4 are interiors. First of all, they are interior and they are alternate. Okay, so therefore here 3 and 4 are alternate interior. See, pairs of alternate interiors. So see here, this is a transversal and these are the two lines. Okay, so these angles here, 8 angles are formed. Okay, and see, these are at the interiors. So here 5 and 6 are pairs of angles on the same side of transversal. Okay, now see here, this is a transversal P, this is line L and this is line M. So here P is a transversal. Okay, here therefore 8 angles are formed. And after comparing 7 and 8, so 7 and 8 are corresponding angles. Now see in this figure, this is a transversal and these are the lines L and M. Now see these, first of all they are interiors and 9 and 10 are alternate interiors. Okay, so here 9 and 10 are alternate, pair of alternate interior angles. Now see here, this is a transversal and these are the two lines. So here 8 angles are formed. Now see what pair of these angles. So we know angle 11 and 12 are linear pair. Okay, we have to ask pairs of angles, so they form a linear pair because next to each other. Or you can also say that 11 and 12 are exterior angles. Okay, but we have to ask pairs, so this is a linear pair. Okay, now in our all previous discussion we have discussed about the transversal of any lines. Okay, so we here also we have take transversal of these two lines. So we know if we extend that two lines, then after some time they will be meet. Okay, means they will be intersect. So now what happen when a transversal cuts two parallel lines. So in the previous discussions we don't have taken parallel lines. Here see, L and M are not parallel because if we extend they will be meet. Okay, so now what happen when a transversal cuts two parallel lines? So draw two parallel lines means what? They do not intersect, they will not intersect at one point. Okay, so here these two parallel lines and we have to draw its transversal. So here line L is parallel to line M and P is a transversal of these two parallel lines because P intersects L and M at distinct points. Okay, so P is a transversal of two parallel lines. So transversal of two parallel lines gives rise to intersecting results. So what are that results? Okay, when the transversal intersects two parallel lines, remember that two parallel lines, when a transversal intersects two parallel lines, it gives rise to some results. So there are four results. So let us see first. Okay, now see here, we know first of all give name it. So here angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, angle 6, angle 7, angle 8. Okay, when a transversal cuts two lines, 8 angles are formed. Okay, and we know that by previous discussion, angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding. Angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding. Okay, are corresponding angles. So see, if the lines are parallel, means here L and M are parallel, so we can see that this corresponding angle 2 is equal to angle 6. Okay, the corresponding angles uh, are equal. Okay, so see here, angle 2 and angle 6 are equal. So let us see another figure. If we rotate this transversal around, okay, suppose let us try moving the transversal. Suppose again line, draw this figure, line L parallel to line M. And suppose if we rotate this transversal, okay, so if you rotate this transversal at right, so we get this type of diagram. Okay, if we rotate that transversal right, so we get this diagram. And again see that angles, angle 2 and angle 6. So if you rotate these angles, again you can see that these two angles seems to be equal. Okay, if you rotate this transversal again, okay, means if you take as straight, okay, so again see this angle, angle 2 and angle 6 seems to be equal. Okay, so whenever a transversal cuts two parallel lines, the corresponding angles are always equal. So here angle 2 is equal to angle 6. So we know how many pairs of corresponding angles are formed, 4 pairs. So angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding, and as the L and M are parallel, so therefore angle 2 is equal to angle 6. So this happens in the case of only parallel lines. So angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding, so therefore angle 2 and angle 6 are equal. Okay, now therefore we can write angle 3 is equal to angle 7, angle 1 is equal to angle 5, angle 4 is equal to angle 8. Okay, so we get first result by transversal of parallel lines. So if the transversal cuts two parallel lines, we get first result as corresponding angles, corresponding pair of corresponding angles are equal. Okay, pair of corresponding angles are equal means if two parallel lines are cut by the transversal, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal. So each pair of corresponding angles are equal. So here we get angle 2 is equal to angle 6, angle 3 is equal to angle 7, angle 1 is equal to angle 5, angle 4 is equal to angle 8. Okay, now this result gives rise to one more result, that is C, second. So it is the second result. Before that we know we know vertical angle 2 and angle 6 and angle 8 are vertically opposite angles. We have seen in our previous discussion, angle 2 and angle 8 are vertically opposite angles. Here angle 6 and angle 8 are vertically opposite, and we know that vertically opposite angles are always equal. So therefore angle 6 is equal to angle 8. Okay, and by previous result, angle 2 is equal to by previous result angle 8 is equal to angle 4. Okay, angle 8 is equal to angle 4. By previous result angle 8 is equal to angle 4 because they are corresponding. See here, angle 6 is equal to angle 8 and angle 8 is equal to angle 4. So therefore by these two result, what we can write? Angle 6 is equal to angle 4. Okay, angle 6 is equal to angle 4. So see here, angle 6 and angle 4. So we know angle 6 and angle 4 are alternate interior. Okay, we know that angle 4 and 6 are alternate interior. So what we will get? We get second result as alternate interior angles are equal. So here angle 6 is equal to angle 4. Similarly you can write angle 3 is equal to angle 5. So similarly angle 3 is equal to angle 5. Okay, so our first result is what? Pair of corresponding angles are equal. Pairs of corresponding angles are equal. Okay, second result is pair of alternate interior angles are equal. Okay, now let us see what is third result. pair of alternate interior angles are equal. Now see third result. So what is the third result? So now again see this figure. In this figure you can observe that angle 3 and angle 4 are in linear pair. Okay, angle 3 and angle 4 are in linear pair. Angle 3 and angle 4 are in linear pair, and we know if the angles are in linear pair then their sum is 180. Okay, so we got this first, and see that here angle 4. Okay, so here angle 3 and angle 4 are in linear pair, and angle but we know angle 3 and angle 5 are equal, because but angle 3 is equal to angle 5. See this previous result, we know alternate interior angles are equal, but angle 3 is equal to angle 5. So put this value in here. So what we will get, angle 5 plus angle 4 is equal to 180 degree. Okay, angle 5 plus angle 4 is equal to 180 degree, and angle 5 and angle 4 are nothing but what are they? Are the pairs of interior angles on the same side of transversal. See 4 and 5. So here angle 4 and 5 are pairs of interior angles on same side of transversal. Okay, and if their sum is 180, means what? Angle 5 and angle 4 are supplementary. Means what result we get? The pairs of interior angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary, or you can say that the sum of pairs of interior angles on the same side of transversal is 180 degrees. So transversal of a parallel line gives rise to 4 results. First is pairs of corresponding angles are equal, second is pair of alternate interior angles are equal, and third is pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary. Means sum of measures of interior angles on same side of transversal are supplementary. Means what we will get, angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180, and angle 3 plus angle 6 is equal to 180. Angle 3 plus angle 6 is equal to 180, and angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180. Okay, so here transversal of a parallel line gives rise to these 3 results. Okay, now let us see this figure. Here you can very easily remember these results if you can look for relevant shapes, the F shape and F shape. So for corresponding angles, how to find corresponding angles? So for F shape stands for corresponding angles. So here T is a transversal and cuts the two lines. So draw the shape F. So here see, this forms F. Okay, and after F's, angle forms at corners are nothing but corresponding angles. So here also see, this is transversal and this is the lines, so forms shape F. So here F shape is formed. Okay, now see, at angles forms at corners are corresponding. So here these two angles are corresponding. Here also you can see, here transversal T cuts these two lines. Okay, now you draw F shape here, and the corners forms at the angles forms at the corners are corresponding angles. So here these angles are pairs of corresponding, and the Z shape stands for the alternate angles. So see here, this is a transversal. So how to identify alternate angles? So this is transversal, this is two lines, then try to draw Z shape. So here this is Z shape, and angles forms at the corners, so these are nothing but alternate. So if transversal in this form, so here also you can form Z shape. Okay, so you can draw reverse Z also. So angles formed at corners are alternate interior. So here also see. Okay, so to identify corresponding angles use F shape, and to identify alternate angle use Z shape. Okay, now see this. Okay, so here we have given line L and M are parallel. Here line L is parallel to line M. Okay, and T is a transversal, and we have to ask angle X is equal to. So here we can, this is a transversal, so you can form here Z shape. Okay, and if Z shape is formed, then angles formed at corner are alternate interior, and we know by previous discussion alternate interior angles are equal. So here x is equal to 60 degree. Now see the second diagram. In second diagram, line A is parallel to B. So here A is parallel to B. C is a transversal. Now if you form here, you can draw here Z shape. Okay, so Z shape stands for alternate interior. So here 55 and Y are alternate interior, and we know alternate interior angles are equal. So therefore measure of Y is also 55 degree. Now see here, L1 and L2 be two lines, means L1 and L2 are any two lines. They don't have given parallel. Okay, L1 and L2 are any two lines. T is a transversal. Then each angle 1 is equal to angle 2. So first of all, these are alternate interior, and we know alternate interior angles are equal only when the two lines are parallel. But here L1 and L2 are not parallel. So therefore angle 1 and angle 2, angle 1 is not equal to angle 2 because L1 and L2 are not parallel. Okay, so that result holds only when transversal cuts two parallel lines. So here transversal T cuts two parallel lines L and M. So see here, if you observe these two, so this is a transversal, so these two angles are on the same side of transversal, and we know if the angles on the same sides of transversal, their sum is 180 degree. Okay, we have seen this property here. Pairs of interior angles on same side of transversal are supplementary, means their sum is 180. So here 60 degree and Z forms a pair of interior angles on the same side. So here their sum must be 180. So to find Z, 180 minus 60 gives you 120. So here angle Z is of 120 degree. See the next figure. Line L and line M are parallel. T is a transversal. Okay, now if you draw figure here, we can draw F. Okay, F shape, and if the F shape is formed, the angles at corners are corresponding. So here angle 120 and angle X are corresponding, and we know if the lines are parallel, then corresponding angles are equal. So here angle X is equal to 120 degree. Now see this figure. Now you can do it. Here angle line P and Q are parallel, and L and M also parallel. So find A, B, C, D. So here if you consider this as a transversal, then these two angles are angles on the same interior angles on the same side of transversal. So their sum must be 180. So here 60 plus A is 180, therefore A is equal to 120. So here we get value of A is 120, and if you draw this here, A and B are here A and this angle are corresponding. So measure of this angle is 120, as this is 120, D is opposite, so measure of D is also 120. Okay, and we know these are in linear pair, so this is 120, so B must be of 60, and C is opposite to B, means measure of C is 60. Okay, so you can use any property related to angles and find A, B, C, D. Okay, now here we know if the lines are parallel, then three properties are holds. Then there is another thing. If the two lines are parallel, then you know that a transversal gives rise to the results. And what are the results? Corresponding angles are equal, alternate interior angles are equal, and third, uh, angles on the same side of the interior angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary. Okay, if the two lines are parallel, then transversal gives rise to these three results. But when two lines are given, is there any method to check the given lines are parallel or not? Okay, so to check given lines are parallel or not. So how we will check the given lines are parallel or not? So there are three conditions. First is corresponding angles must be equal. Second is alternate interior angles must be equal. Okay, and third is the interior angles on the same side of transversal must be supplementary. Supplementary means their sum must be 180. Okay, so to check whether the given lines are parallel or not, the angles formed by the transversal, so corresponding angles formed by the transversal must be equal. So if one of these three conditions is satisfied, okay, at least one condition is satisfied, then we can say that the given lines are parallel. So to check whether the given lines are parallel or not, check whether one of these three conditions is satisfied or not. Okay, three condition means if the corresponding angles are equal, then you can say given lines are parallel. Or if the alternate interior angles are equal, then you can say given lines are parallel. Or if the interior angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary, then you can say the given lines are parallel. Okay, now see in the book. So see here, we have given one figure, line L and line M. So we don't have asked they are parallel. We have asked question, is line L is parallel to M? Okay, so first we have to check whether line L is parallel to M. So see, one of these three condition is satisfied or not. So about alternate interior or interior angles on same side. So by seeing this figure, you can observe that these two angles are alternate interior. So we check this condition, means alternate interior angles must be equal. Okay, so here you can observe that the alternate interior angles are equal, 50 degree 50 degree. So here out of these three conditions, one condition is satisfied, uh, alternate interior angles are equal. So therefore we can say in this figure we can say L is parallel to M. Because why because alternate interior angles are equal. Now see in this case, is L is parallel to M. So how to check where one of these three condition is satisfied or not. Only one condition is satisfied, then you can say these are parallel. So after observing this diagram, you can observe that these are not corresponding and these are not alternate interior, and these angles are not on the same side. So okay, so we how to use that three conditions. So first of all, find its alternate interior. Okay, so let alternate interior of angle 50 degree be y, and as 130 and y are in linear pair, so their sum must be 180. So here measure of y is must be 50 degree. Okay, now see here we have taken y and we get value of y is 50 degree, and here also 50. So here what we got, measure of alternate interior angle is same. So therefore here line L is parallel to M because alternate interior angles are same. Now in this figure we have given the angles on the same side of transversal. So if the angles are on the same side of transversal, okay, so if here we have given L is parallel to M, means we have given that L is parallel to M. We don't have to check. So here we have given L is parallel to M. So if the lines are parallel, then conditions are satisfied. What are the conditions? Some interior angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary. So therefore here this 70 degree and X are interior angles on the same side of transversal, so they are supplementary. So therefore their sum is 180 degree, and therefore X is 180 minus 70 means 110 degree. So here value of X is 110 degree. Okay, so while checking the given lines are parallel or not, just check whether one of these three conditions is satisfied or not. Okay, so here we have completed this chapter, and we will solve exercise number 5.2. Okay, thank you.